Welcome back to Driving Daily. As promised, bringing you the daily driver, Honda EJ1. We're going to just do a little walk around here, check it out, and then a little bit later in the video, I'm going to tell you how this car almost got me killed. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to do a little walk around here. So this is the daily driver. Nothing too crazy. Obviously, first thing you notice probably needs a little paint, but looks aren't everything. Yeah, so ride height, not too low. I have to be able to go over speed bumps and things like that for work and whatnot. So I literally have to be able to drive down terrible driveways and yeah, over lots of speed bumps, things like that. So I keep it at a decent ride height. So yeah, the paint, by the way, I thought this was purple. Looks purple to me. This is actually Camellia Red Pearl. So technically it's red, but I like the color. So if I was gonna repaint this car, I'd probably go back with this actual color here, rather than doing some rattle can kind of thing from Walmart, which is probably what I would do otherwise. It's definitely a budget vehicle. So yeah, I want to take a look inside here. There. Pretty basic EJ1 interior, nothing crazy. Little rip in the seat there, but yeah, you know, standard interior. If anybody has a cheap console that they want to sell me, hit me up. So it needs a few things. Needs the pillar, you know, this, the cover there for that. These guys right here, the finish is worn off on it, so it's a silver color. I really don't like that. I'm gonna show you guys how to kind of like clean that up, make it look really good for pretty much absolutely no cost. And at the same time, probably I'll paint these windshield wipers here. So the wheels, I actually don't even really remember what kind of wheels these are, but it's what came with the car. So I think they look decent, and since this is a budget car and a daily driver, I'm really not pushing upgrading that. Got the lip here, and I need to get a new one because it's busted. So yeah, zip ties, man. But anyway, so that's the car on the outside. Let's go, let's kind of check out up under the hood here. Okay, so probably one of the first things you actually notice is this terrible paint job on the valve cover. Looks like the previous owner tried to paint it red, maybe wrinkle. Not so sure. I think they missed a step or something. So anyway, I'm gonna have to clean that up at some point. Looks aren't everything, but I am getting tired of looking at that. I did inherit some parts with it, so S-Pro manifold there. So I guess they really thought this was a race car. Also, MSD. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I was under the impression that the factory coil was good to go for like quite a bit of horsepower or whatever, far more than what's in this car. So this may not be necessary, but it was with the car. It runs good this way, and actually I would have to buy some parts to switch it back, so I've been running it like that. And since you're looking at the frame here, you're probably seeing the air filter, and I know I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna go with a whale intake, actually, I think. Don't quote me on that, but we'll see. I've had one of those in the past, and I think they're cool, and they're also cheap, and so yeah, probably gonna do that. But that's under the hood. Got DC sport header here. It's all rusted. No leaks right now, but I probably need to do something about that in the near future. Once again, guys, this is a budget car. I get really good gas mileage on this, driving and using it for work. So the main thing is changing the oil and keeping this thing running properly. And yeah, and the suspension and things like that, which brings me to my next point. So, how this car almost got me killed. I'm going to show you guys something here in a minute that's going to explain everything. First, I bought the car from a friend. I don't blame my friend because they don't really know a lot about cars. They were sold the car, they liked the color. I agree, it's a beautiful color. And so that's that. Fortunately, it didn't work out. The car sat they didn't drive it, and then when I bought the car, it was in the condition it was in when they bought the car. So I'm going to show you what I found once I got home from driving this car. I drove it home, and just check this out. Yeah, see that? That's how that was installed. I mean, it was in this condition on the car with one of these left, one bolt left holding it in. And for those of you guys who don't know, you know, this is the upper ball joint. These are the upper control arms, you know, and that is one of two contact points for the spindle. Yes, there's the axle, but that has a tendency to just pull out anyway. So basically, if one of these goes, your wheel just, this can get you killed, guys. So yeah, I guess whoever had this car before my friend did thought it was a race car. They did a lot of shopping on eBay, and clearly they didn't know what they were doing, and, you know, never checked, I guess, their suspension. Look, I have nothing against adjustable upper control arms. First of all, these look to be very low quality, so I wouldn't do that to begin with. But even that, you got to do this right, man. And this is like kind of bent, so this doesn't even look like anything I've had on one of my cars before, to be honest. I'm not sure, but yeah, that is what almost got me killed. So yeah, so there's that. Anyway, so full disclosure, I went back with the factory upper control arms in this car because I don't really need it. The ride height I'm at, it's not that aggressive, and the wheel and tire combination that I have, it's perfect, really. You don't necessarily need to have the upper control arms to be adjustable if you're just going to mildly lower the vehicle. It's not 100% necessary, but I'm not against it. I've had it in other setups, and it's fine. You just got to know what you're doing. You got to be safe out there, guys, and that's the main thing. It's a fun hobby. It's important that when you're doing things that have to do with the suspension, that you do it right, you know. And it's not that hard. It's not that difficult, guys. But anyway, I appreciate all of you who have subscribed so far. I appreciate the views. If you made it this far, click the like button. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. And we're going to be bringing this car back for more. Clearly, it needs some things. So yeah, we're going to get into that. Until next time, guys. Appreciate it.